What was the weather doing? In one wild lit top surging. At once the color flowed from bricks, as though one fountain footlands, going, and even a dark stone canyon makes here a kind of singing, and there a kind of rejoicing, and looked up in the scholar's books. There is a time for dancing, for dancing. When the secretaries have changed their frocks, and though it is not yet evening, there is the persistence of song.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Holly. This is Lucy. This is Amy. Amy is also a soprano, by the way. You'll hear us do a little singing tonight, which is always fun when she gets that opportunity. I just wanted to say a little bit about some of the things that we're presenting, but you can find a lot more information if you use the QR code in the little program that was at the front desk. So be sure you have one of those as well. So the piece we just did was by Sheila Bristow, and Sheila Bristow happens to be sitting right over here. So can we give Sheila Bristow a big round of applause? Lucy and I had the pleasure of singing that duet for a program that Sheila did at the Jack Straw Cultural Center in Seattle not very long ago, where she was actually presenting a song cycle that she just wrote, an amazing song cycle with poetry by one of the Harlem Renaissance poets. And I hope that Rising Waters Collective, our organization, will be able to present those songs in the near future. So look for that opportunity. Next, we're going to do a set of songs by another local composer who I'll tell you a little bit more about in a little bit, Dawn Sonntag.
I gave my first love laughter. I gave my second tears. I gave my third love silence. Through all the years, my first love gave me laughter. My second eyes to see. But it was my third love who gave my second
Sonntag and I met at Pacific Lutheran University, where we both teach, and I had the pleasure of doing a recital at PLU about a year ago of some of her works, and I just fell in love with them, and they are so beautifully written for the voice, as you can hear. We are going to do a little special thing that Dawn wrote. This is actually a scene from one of her operas. It's an opera that we very much hope that Rising Waters Collective might be able to produce at some point. And it's called Verlorene Heimat, which means lost homeland. And forgive me for being a little gauche, but I'm just going to read you a little bit of the synopsis from my phone. So this opera is based on the childhood memories of Christa Neuber-Kuska, and it recounts an East Prussian family's experience during the final months of World War II. Now, I would love to tell you the whole plot, but as we're hoping to produce it someday, I don't want to give it all away. But I will tell you that Christa is Dawn's mother-in-law, was Dawn's mother-in-law. So this story is very personal and comes from her own family. The scene that we're going to present tonight is, there are two characters. Hedwig is a Ukrainian girl who has been brought to this family's home during the war because her family was taken away by the Nazis. So she's meant to be sort of a helper in the home, but the family befriends her and lots more things happen, but I won't say that. So Lucy is playing Hedwig and I am Christa, and you have to pretend, I know it's challenging, but pretend that we're very young. And we're just meeting for the first time and sort of getting to know each other, and Hedwig tells a little bit about her situation. So, Verlorene Heimat. Sing for you a little bit of music by Sheila Silver. And Sheila Silver might be known to some of you because her opera, A Thousand Splendid Suns, recently premiered at Seattle Opera to massive acclaim. And she's actually a friend of Ibizumi Ojikutu, who is one of our co-directors at Rising Waters Collective. So she introduced us to Sheila Silver, and we got to meet her a few months ago, and she's just a delightful person. Turns out she grew up in Seattle, so she's very connected to this area. So we're going to do 3 pieces from her work called Beauty Intolerable, which is not really a song cycle, but it's a group of songs that are all set to poetry by Edna St. Vincent Millay, who Sheila really connected with. The first one is actually a trio, so we're going to have Amy switch gears here and join us singing. And notable about this poem is that if you read it on the, if you use the QR code and read it online, you'll see the phrase that we all know now, burning the candle at both ends, comes from this work. You'll hear those words in it. And then we're also presenting 2 of the sonnets that she set. The first one is Mindful of You, which she wrote in memory of a dear friend of hers. That was the first piece that she wrote for this big set of work. And then the other song we're going to present is the last piece that she wrote for it, What Lips My Lips Have Kissed.
My candle burns at both ends, it will not burn at both ends, it will not burn my candle burns at both ends. golden feet, up paths that only miss and morning knew. I watch the winds or listen to the beat of a bird's wing too high in air to view. Something more than young and sweet and fair.
something completely different. So this next set of songs that we'll perform for you are by Susan LaBarre, who is not a local composer, but a well-loved composer throughout the region nonetheless. But the text for this particular set of songs is by a woman called Vincent, who grew up in Issaquah and overlapped in the high school there with another one of our co-directors at Rising Waters Collective. Caitlin and I actually met in an online program that we were both doing through Opera America, and I learned that she's a librettist. So she writes texts for operas, and in fact, she's an award-winning librettist, and some of her operas have won some really prestigious awards. And she's very active. She also, incidentally, this might be very interesting to some folks here tonight, she's coming out with a book. Simon & Schuster is publishing a book of hers called Opera Wars, coming out in January, and it's sort of an expose, behind-the-scenes look at the opera industry and the direction that it's headed. So it should be very interesting. She's very witty, as you'll find out. So I'm going to read the little program note blurb that she published with this set of songs to introduce it. In early 2019, I was approached by Mezzo soprano Laura Lee Songer to write the text for a new song cycle for a recital at Carnegie Hall. Because Laura Lee and I were longtime friends, we had previously shared some horror stories about our past relationships, and I immediately came up with the idea of using some of these relationships as the inspiration for the cycle. Each song in the cycle focuses on a particular ex-boyfriend or ex-boyfriends from the narrator's past, or from her own little black book. But as the narrator looks back at how things went wrong, it also becomes clear that she was sometimes just as much to blame for the failed relationship. By the final song in the cycle, the narrator has realized that none of her past partners were the one, and neither was she. Now, Lucy and I are going to split this cycle up, but you just have to think of us as being two parts of the same person. Got it, everyone? Okay, we're off.
Together, then torn apart by fate.
to you every day. The time will pass like nothing. Dear John, it's only been a month since you left, departed, deployed. I'm sure you're busy running convoys, guarding prisoners, doing army things. But could you try to write, send a postcard or a post-it? I'm busy too. Yesterday I went to Target. I'm busy but still manage a letter nearly every day. It's sort of romantic, could be like a movie. Except you never write. I know so little about you, almost nothing, except your favorite cheesecake. Dear John, it's been 2 months since you left, departed, deployed. Thank you for your letter, your one and only letter. I've decided we made a mistake, swept away by 3 days wearing cheesecake-colored glasses. You're great, great, and I thank you for your service. But I just started college, and the guy upstairs has cable. Maybe we can try again when you're home.
Antonio Giovanni Carlo Vince was Italian, well, mostly Italian, Italian and a quarter Puerto Rican. A fact he never failed to mention in unrelated conversation. Vince was from Manhattan, well, almost Manhattan, which means he was actually from Long Island. A fact he always failed to mention in relevant conversation. Vince was charming, well, mostly charming, perfectly tan, passably tall and handsome, with a smile as white and as bright as the spotlight he saw for himself. At 20, I was dazzled by the volume of his hair, his tendingly empty gestures, the way, he would say mozzarella, bruschetta, and then tell me what I should wear. At 21, I was smitten by the blue-green of his eyes, his deeply inane mansplaining, the way he planned my career as a trophy wife, everything I've ever wanted. At 22, I was enthralled by his concern for my weight, his warm, inviting, gaslighting the way his never believed in soulmates. One perfect match in an imperfect world. I never believed until I knew the moment I saw him in line at the bookstore. Preppy sweater, rumpled hair, holding a copy of Hillary Clinton's biography. Our eyes met, first mine and Hillary's, then mine and Steve's, and I knew the bookstore turned into coffee, coffee into Chinese, into wine, into waffles. A day, a month, a year, then 5 years. Sharing an apartment, a dog, a TV. Sharing our hopes, our fears. Planning for the rest. Planning, dreaming our perfect future. The tutorage, the fuel-efficient car, the kids, one of each, even the Art Deco kitchen tile. 5 years, 5 years with my soulmate, my perfect match.
Then he met Bruce.
In line at the bookstore, which turned into coffee, into Chinese, into wine, into waffles. Steve took the apartment, dog, and TV. Even the Art Deco tile, all that he left was Hillary Clinton's biography. Bruce already has a copy. Cougars are misunderstood, misinterpreted. A cougar is not a predatory stereotype. She has feelings, reasons, rationale. Sometimes it's just by accident. Like the 2 younger men who came after Steve, both called James, by accident. James the first, the barista at my local hipster cafe. Affable, adorable, and half my age. He made a move, but I was firm as my gaze. Think you know, all I want is an almond croissant. He was persistent every day with my morning latte, coaxing, cajoling, and finally convincing. The same day Steve and Bruce got engaged. By accident, I rolled around in bed with him for hours, watched him play Xbox for hours, folded his laundry, did his tower, packed his lunch, felt myself falling in love. And then one day he called me Mom by accident. James the second, the barista at another hipster cafe. Sexy and smoldering and half my age. He made a move, but I was firm as his pecs. Think you know, all I want is your chocolate croissant. He was persistent every day with my morning latte. Then again in the afternoon, coaxing, cajoling, and easily convincing. The day Steve invited me to his wedding. On accident, I rolled, played in bed with John lives in Nashville, or Vince got divorced, but James went to college, and Steve bought a house. I wouldn't know, wouldn't care. Vince is prematurely bald. John married a girl he met online. Steve and Bruce adopted a very ugly baby. I wouldn't know, definitely wouldn't care. Why should I care? I was foolish, they were selfish. I was willing, they weren't able. None of them was the one, but neither was I. Maybe in another time, another place, another life. Maybe me and John, me and Steve, Eve and Vince, or James, or James. Or maybe it would still be me eating pizza alone on a Saturday night, not lonely but alone, just me and pepperoni, the only ones I really
Isn't that a fun piece? Before we do our last piece, I want to say thank you to Pam and express what this concert series means to us from Rising Waters Collective. We so appreciate the work that Pam does to create this opportunity for this community to come together and enjoy all kinds of wonderful music for free. So I hope that you will all consider making a donation for the betterment of this concert series. And to that end, I have a little challenge for all of you tonight. Whoever gives, Pam's going to keep track of the donations that come in tonight. Whoever gives the biggest donation tonight gets a Rising Waters Collective tote bag. Very high quality. So please do consider giving. Our last piece tonight is also by Susan Labar, the composer that we just heard. And I'll just read the little program notes that she published along with the piece. This beautiful poem was originally written as a blessing for Christmas by writer and artist Jan Richardson. She writes, though we cannot see or feel or know all the ways that God or a superior power is radiantly illuminating us, we may open ourselves toward that light. May we open our eyes, our hands, our hearts to meet it. May we lean into the light that begins in the deepest dark, bearing itself into this world for us. And I think that we can think about music that way too. That's my hope for tonight. This is originally written for choirs. It's and she's published it in different arrangements. This is the 3-part choral arrangement. So the lovely soprano Amy Boers will join us as a singer and a pianist for this one. Hardest working lady in the room.
Perhaps it does not begin. Perhaps it is always. Perhaps it takes a lifetime
Same with champagne.